Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video. I got a situation where I've got a gas furnace that is turning on. I got fire, I got fan, but I got no heat. So if you got the same problem, take a look, see real quick, see if a couple of these little tips don't fix your problem. So again, gas furnace, let's take a look at the thing. So I've got both the top panel and the bottom panel off already. These are the panels. I'm dealing with a Kenmore Deluxe 2-stage gas furnace. Kenmore's, this is a pretty old furnace. I don't think Kenmore, they don't make furnaces, and I don't think Kenmore's even in business. Somebody bought them, and then, yeah, I don't think Kenmore's anymore. But all the components seem to be the same. I'm dealing with the component that plugs into the gas valve, which is Honeywell. So when I called in, I just told them I need Honeywell, gave them the part number, and I was able to get what I needed. So let's cut right to it. I told you the symptoms I was having. If everything's turning on, it's powering up, you just don't get heat. You should have a little LED like this. This turns green and blinks when it's powered up, and it should be just a heartbeat. It should just blink, blink, blink when everything's normal, just nonstop. However, when there's problems, it starts throwing codes. It'll blink 3 times or 4 times or 7 times. And then it can even lock itself out. So if it's having a problem where it tries to start up 3 times and then it fails 3 times, then you have to go up here, boom, hit your little reset switch, right? Reset the power. That resets this little board right here. And then you can get back to your diagnosis or whatever you got going on. But at any rate, so the codes are going to be somewhere on your panels, usually inside, sometimes mine's on the outside. So I had 4 flashes, which is limit switch open. Really common, limit switch open. When I Googled that, that's a pretty common problem. So here is the limit switch. You can see where I'm pointing is right back there. That black thing with the 2 plugs right there, that's your limit switch. So that is basically what was going on. It's telling me that that limit switch is just stuck open, essentially. So you can test the limit switch. Easy to do with a, with a voltmeter, like a simple voltmeter. You don't even need like one of the fancy ones. But a lot of the stuff I read said that that voltmeter, that the switch can malfunction and not work even if you get a good reading. So I just went ahead and replaced it. It was $7. So that's a new one. However, it didn't fix the problem. So a lot of it said that a lot of the research I did said that the airflow is probably restricted. Maybe your exhaust ducts are blocked. Well, as you can see, I just recently had those cleaned, so I could rule that out for my unit. Last thing, and what I think is going on here, I am pretty certain, is this. I yanked out, and actually this happens to be the #1 cause for this sort of thing and for furnace failure. And that's this little temperature rod, right? So this sticks like right back in here, and it goes in that little hole down there, and essentially it just comes up into these where the gas is burned, and it takes a temperature, and it's a switch. It turns things on and off. This one is actually a combo. Most of the ones you're going to see on most of the units are going to be just a solo switch like that. Mine has 2 because it also has an igniter. Now, when I pulled mine out, normally you can pull this out, clean this. If this video is worth anything, it's right there. You pull this out, shine it up with, whatever you're going to use. I use steel wool. I heard you can use $1, $50 bill, $20 bill, whatever. Money for some reason works, or a little sink Brillo pad, whatever. Get it shiny, stick it back in there, probably solve your problem. I probably didn't need to do that switch. My guess is replacing this is gonna fix it. So my one was so old, this thing was gross. It's shined up now. I cleaned it a bit and it looks okay now, but it was really bad. And the other part, the igniter, actually just fell apart in my hands and broke. So that's the old one. Here's the new one. So that's mine. Again, is a combo. If I can get this to focus here. It's got another little rod, as you can see. Maybe I need to like put it up against something. There it is. So that's what actually ignites the fire. So mine's got both in one in the brand new temperature. So anyway, that's hopefully a lot of information. I said it'd be quick, so without any further ado, let's install it and see if it works. All right, so I just stuck it back in there. I've got this. You're going to be careful with this line. This is a gas line here, so you don't want. I didn't want to move that very much, so I just pulled that out a little bit in order so I could take care of that. Here's the old. Mine had a little clip that pops off. There are 3 screws. Most of the ones I saw, again, are just solo units, and it's 1 screw. So I'm going to bolt this back up now, and then plug it all in. I'm going to tie my wires away, and then I'll fire it up, and we can check and see if we got our heartbeat back on that LED light and if this works. Okay, put the bracket back on. I'm going to bolt that bracket up in there, and then all I got to do is the wire. Okay, it's a little plug and play deal right here. Boom, good to go. Square this wire away. Ta-da! That's that panel I was talking about. Most of them don't have that. Mine does. I guess that's what makes it deluxe. Okay, so just a couple things to do. We're gonna turn the gas back on. Boom, gas is on. This has got to be triggered right here. This little switch, when you pull that panel off, won't allow the thing to move. So let's put our bottom panel back on. Boom, bottom panel's back on. All right, let's double check everything here. I think it looks good. Let's throw the power back on. And turn this guy on. I turned him off just in case. There's the heartbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sweet. So it's not throwing any codes, but we'll see once I get it going here. So I'm gonna go crank up the thermostat and let this run for a minute. We'll see if I got heat. So there we go. So first thing, we need to see some fire. Hey, we got fire. Yay, that means the half of what I installed works. Now, I'm going to pause you guys for a minute and let this run for a bit, and we'll see if that switch stays closed and this thing keeps running and puts out heat, or if it shuts down again like it was. Hey, I got heat. I'm good to go. So that's it. Hopefully that helps y'all. Remember my rules of fixing stuff. 2 rules. First of all, before you call anybody, before you replace it, clean it. Usually cleaning it does the job. Now, sometimes you got to take it apart to clean it. When you take it apart, my second rule, don't break stuff when you take it apart. So follow those 2 rules. Can't fix it, doesn't work. Okay, then call somebody or replace it. But anyway, have a good night.